Welcome back to the Graphite Curve Studio. Before I get started, I want to tell you that this is going to be a two-part episode. In this episode, we're going to be drawing the face and a phone, and in the next episode, we'll be drawing the breasts and the hips. As with most social media girls, I don't know her. I've only seen her. I don't know why she's famous, other than she gets naked on the internet. But I found this photo of her out on the internet, and I noticed that it was from before she got her tattoos, and before she got her implants. She had very beautiful natural breasts, as we'll see in the next episode, so subscribe if you want to see when those come out. But she went and got implants, and she wasn't shy about showing the scars off either. It's sad to see the lengths women will go to make more money, and to be accepted. To describe her, I would say she is cute, very thin, and has very expressive eyes. Someday I would very much like to draw that. But there are so many copycat accounts out there. I don't know which is real. I used to follow one called Aesthetically Hannah, but like so many social media accounts, it got banned. I chose this photo, one, because it was a selfie. I haven't drawn a selfie in a long time. And two, like I stated before, it was before her tattoos and her implants. The line drawing went down surprisingly well. I wasn't sure the picture was going to fit on the paper, but it fit exactly like it was supposed to. Her hand holding the phone is one of my favorite parts of the line drawing. Something about a structural hand. Seems like something one of the old masters would have drawn. This drawing did also show me how I like drawing smaller breasts, even though as a man, I prefer larger breasts. Maybe because it's less work, but I'll have to look into that to understand why I feel this way. The rest of the body went on easy, no major concerns. But we'll have to wait till part 2 to see how that turns out. Even I don't know how it turns out, because it isn't finished yet. I really wanted to take my time with this one, even though I said it was going to be done in about 2 hours. That's the usual sketch time. I felt like I wanted to make this one count. I wanted to push myself to draw my best, and in order to do that, I had to slow down. For whatever reason, I am and have been trying to draw faster and faster, at the expense of the quality. Recently, I've been very interested in the way that they draw at art schools. I was reading Anthony Ryder's book and really began to want to draw my best. I consider my work so far good, even great, but nowhere near where I want it to be. I want to be a master of drawing, not to be able to draw everything perfectly always, but to use Myron Golden's definition of mastery, which is to execute effortlessly without the use of conscious resources. And to me, that means confidence. To be able to recognize and execute on a drawing and make it the best it can possibly be. There will always be someone faster, better, with access to more resources. But that's great. It's not the end. Far from it. It's actually the beginning of a journey to be the best artist I can be. With the limited time I have to produce, the limited supplies, and being limited to the free photos that I find on social media, this is going to be a journey like no other. No one is going to have the experience I've had, just like no one is going to have the experience you've had. The good times, the bad times, the sad times, and the boring times. This channel started when my dad passed away, and I spent the next year, maybe more, stuck in my sketchbook just to deal. My art professor at a community college told me that art can be a therapy. I never knew how right she was. I don't think I would be here today if it wasn't for God and art. I still don't know what I'm meant to do, but I'm going to try. I don't think it's impossible for anyone to learn how to draw. In fact, I think it's only a matter of time and dedication. Look at me. I literally learned to draw by drawing porn stars because I couldn't afford to buy reference photos. There really is no excuse except for your willingness. Willingness to try, willingness to strive, willingness to fail. Willingness to dedicate time, because the time is going to pass whether you like it or not. The real idea to think about is, what are you going to be saying in a year? I wish I had learned to draw, or I'm glad that I started to learn to draw. Maybe this video is a bit rambly, but like I explain my technique in most of my other videos, the key is to go slow. As I've learned through my time on YouTube, speed isn't the answer. Your quality suffers for that. Yes, you get to pump out a video every week, but are they always the best they could always be? Oftentimes I felt like I put something on the paper just so I could make a video about it. These next few drawings should culminate a 1-year challenge that I set for myself when I started this channel. Trying to get a video out once a week for 1 year, just to see if I could do it. And we're really close. So try not to rush when you're learning. Try not to do it just to do it. Try and put everything you can into it. Make sure you give everything 100% of your effort. Because if anyone ever sees your work, and you know it's only 50% or 25% of what you could do, they're gonna think it's 100%. They're gonna think this is all you can do. And that's not what you want to put out there. For me, it was a challenge. The quality wasn't very important. It was about consistency, about doing it, and getting it done. And now that we're almost done, I don't regret any of it. I'm glad for every single drawing that went out there. The good ones and the bad ones. The ones that made me really excited to draw. And the ones that demoralized me because I don't know what happened. But it did teach me that it's all about how you feel. If you're injured or ill or in a bad mood, the art's not going to come out looking the way it should. And that's why we need to take care of ourselves. We need to make sure that we're in a good condition to make sure everything that we do is the best that we can do. Especially when clients start coming around. We don't want to be out there giving them half of what we can do. Back to the drawing. It's always about going slow, little by little, layer by layer, making sure everything's in place before you really lock it in. Don't be afraid to take your time. This one was supposed to be 2 hours, and now it's almost going on 3 weeks. I haven't spent every single moment of those 3 weeks working on it. In fact, I've taken complete days off and not even touched it. But when I do sit down, I make sure I'm 100% there for this drawing. I want it to look its best. I want it to be the final exam, the coup de grace, the big finale of this channel. When the second part goes out, we'll be beginning our 2nd year on YouTube. And I have a really good way to start that, which you'll see when that comes out. Feel free to ask any questions you have in the comments below. I'd be more than happy to answer any of them. Overall, the first half of this drawing came together really nicely. The only thing that really gave me any trouble was her jaw, because she's making a funny face. She's trying to be sexy, I guess. But anyways, the hardest part, the face, is done. Again, her breasts and her body will come next week. So subscribe for more. Take care, and God bless.